In this video, I'm going to use a debt repayment calculator to see how fast I can squash my debt using 3 scenarios. Grab a seat. It's about to get lit. A quick disclaimer, this is in no way a financial advice video. If you need help, please contact a financial planner. I want to thank Hope Nduli who suggested this video. This has really shifted our financial projections. And now we actually plan to squash our debt in the next 12 months. And this is how we plan to do it. So I've left this link here in the description below. Type in this link or click on it below and it'll take you onto this website here. And then on this website, you will see quick introduction. This explainer video is invaluable, so if you have the time, please click on that. And then here you get these two options: to download an Excel version of it or to download a Google Sheets version of it. I am a Google Sheets kind of guy, so I clicked here and it took me to this section, and then you can click Get Template and it'll pop up the template here. Let's use the template. Let's see. Okay, cool. So here, it's still loading. So here it'll give you a date when you want to start. Just punch that in quickly. This will help you figure out how soon or when you would like to start. So let's make this for the 1st of February, 2021. And here I'm going to use our real debt. The reason why my wife and I agreed to do this is because we believe that there is power when we drop our castle walls. When we drop our guards and defenses, we actually begin to connect with people in a more meaningful way. And we hope to connect with you in that kind of way on this video. We want you to be able to look at your financial mirror and actually say, shucks, I'm not doing well, and there's something I can do about it. So these are the 3 loans that we currently have. We have a COVID relief fund, we have a revolving loan, we have a credit card, and we have a rewards account. So once you're done typing in all these amounts here, then just find out what the interest rates for each and every one of them is. And then in this section here, you need to just type out how much you're paying every month on each and every one of them. So once you have all these figures laid out like this, these are the 2 amounts that you need to take notice of. This here will be your total balance, and this here will be the total that you pay off every month. Here, the monthly payment block, this is the amount that you can afford to pay into your debt. So if you say, for instance, you are going to pay the minimum amount that we see here, your repayment would reflect as such: 11,933.68 for me. I just want to pause and remind you of what I said in this video here, that your income, your profit, is the greatest weapon you have in your ability to build wealth and squash debt. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to use our income, free up as much of it as possible, and put it towards our debt. And the 3 scenarios I'm going to use here are the 3 scenarios that I used in the last money video. So scenario number 1, the coffee savings, which is 650 Rand. So if we use this total amount, which is our minimum amount, you will see here that there is no amount that we are contributing towards our snowball. So you'll see here that once I add this amount to the minimum payment amount, you will see the difference in that snowball block. Let's scroll down here. If you click on this here, you will see that there are different repayment methods. And for the sake of this example, let's start by using the snowball method. By paying 650 Rand a month extra on this loan, what we are doing is we will be paying off the rewards account in 7 months out of 12. We would be paying the COVID relief loan in a year and 8 months, and so on and so forth. And you will see here the date when you would have paid off that loan. This is the total amount of interest that you would have saved by then. Let's look at our repayment schedule. In the next tab down here, you will see the repayment schedule, which breaks down what you're going to be paying. And I'm going to jump straight here. You will see that here the 650 Rand is added to the 300 and something Rand that I pay on the Woolworths account to show how much we're going to be paying until it's paid off. The other amounts would still maintain their minimum monthly repayment. At this point here, the Woolworths loan is paid off, and then that amount gets rolled over into this loan, which is the snowballing. So from this amount, we snowball this into this figure here, and we begin repaying that until it is done. And when this is paid off, it snowballs and we pay this until it's done, and so on and so forth. You will see here the date when you would have paid it off, and here the total amount that is left after each and every payment. Now let's look at what the snowball method compared to the avalanche method would look like in this exact scenario. So here you will see that if we use the snowball method, the amount that we're contributing towards our debt is 650 Rand. 650 Rand until we're done, and we compound that and combine it with the next figure, and now we are paying 1,007 Rand going forward until we're done. Now this is the reason why I chose not to use the snowball method when I paid off my last loan, and I chose rather to create a hybrid of the two, and what we achieved in the end looks similar to this. Now this here is the avalanche method. Now take a look at the total interest paid at the bottom and the difference in total. You can snowball and avalanche. We're saving about 1,000 Rand at the end of the day. But remember, our goal was to decrease our monthly expenditure and to free up more cash flow. So this right here is the reason why I personally believe in the avalanche method. That in the case of my credit card, for instance, the more money I pay into it, the less interest I pay, and the balance due for every month is adjusted accordingly. So I'm freeing up cash flow as I go, and so am I paying off my debt with every single payment. It continues to reduce the total balance left and therefore the total interest on that. Versus if we went for the snowball method, you will see here that it would really be growing at such a slow pace, and only towards the end will the snowball begin to become big enough to create a substantial difference in our cash flow. Now let's look at scenario 2. Scenario 2 is we've now moved from the city and we've moved to a small town. We've saved 650 Rands from the coffee every month, and we have an additional savings of 4,500 Rand that can now go towards our savings. Let's see how that would look. So as you can see that in example 1, we will be debt free by December of 2023. So it will take the next 2 years for us to be debt free. Now let us add the 4,500 Rands on top of this amount. As you can see now, the number has been adjusted, and this will be 4,500 Rand plus 650 Rands. Let's see how this affects our debt-free room projections. So we will be done with paying off our Woolworths account in March of 2020. We'll be done with paying off our credit card by January next year. It takes a whole year. And we would have paid off our revolving loan by April of that next year. And we would be debt-free by the end of May in 2023. Let's take a quick look at our schedule. Again, you will see that we'll quickly squash the Woolworths account and then target the credit card next, and we'll be done by the end of January. And then the revolving loan would be next, and the COVID relief fund would be next at the end of May 2023. That would obviously be the ideal situation for me. But I'm pretty sure there must be another way of doing it. And now you see the power of the avalanche versus the snowball method. That as you begin to pay it off, you really squash the biggest things first, and you make a massive savings in the amounts that you pay every month, and therefore the ultimate amount that you pay at the end. This is what it would look like if we combined our coffee savings, we combined our moving savings, and we combined the amount that we saved from paying off that other loan. And that would be the total savings, the 8,000 Rand plus the 650,000 Rand. Now let's take a look at how quickly we can squash our debt. It now brings our credit card repayments to the end of November this year, which would be 10 months in total, and we begin paying for the credit card in the same month as the outstanding balance is less than the snowball amount. Let's take a look at how it looks on this side. So March 2023, in a year and 2 months, we would be done paying off all our debt. We roll that over into this amount, and it makes that amount. We come all the way here, and we roll over this amount into this amount, and we pay off the revolving loan, and we roll this over into this amount, and this is done by the end of this. But I want you to take a look at this here, that as you pay off this money, this amount that you now have is money that you have in your bank at the end of each month. And this is the tool, the weapon that I talk about, that you can then use to attack the next loan. And once this one is done, this total amount here is the weapon that you now have to squash the next loan. And at this point here, this amount is the weapon that you have. And by the time you get here, this amount here is the total weapon that you have to build wealth. And once you're done paying off your debt, this is then the amount that you would have discretion over whether you would like to invest it or put it towards a rainy day fund or put it towards your child's education. It's completely up to you. Just look at those 7 baby steps that we spoke about in the previous video. Now let's say things are really, really tough and all you can afford to do is to scrape together just 1,000 Rand every single month to make towards your debt. Let's take a look at what that would look like in using this calculator. So let's punch in this amount here, 11,933 plus 1,000 Rand, which would make it 12,933.68. It's only 1,000 Rand that we're paying using the avalanche method towards our debt, and in a year and 10 months we would have paid off all our debt. What we're seeing here is that it's important for us to start paying no matter the amount, be it 650 from the savings from the coffee, or 1,000 Rand from the savings from the salon, or 400 Rand from not washing your car at the car wash every week and choosing to wash it yourself. Whatever amount you contribute towards your debt will make a difference. So in a future video, I'll let you know which method we're choosing to use, and 2, how much we want to contribute and how soon we want to be debt-free. My personal desire, at the end of this year, I want to be completely debt-free. I've left a link to this calculator below. I want you to take some time and calculate how long would it take for you to get to debt freedom. And I want you to share this in the comment section below. Listen, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and click on the bell icon so you can get notified when I upload a video such as this next time. And if you want to know more about these savings that I'm talking about, click on this video here and I will see you there.